Well, hello, everyone. My name is Jen Rulon from jenrulon.com. I am a 15-time Ironman triathlete, went to Kona, but we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about the clients that I have helped cross the finish line with a smile. And I have Laura Suttin here with me. And thanks for joining me, Laura. I truly appreciate the time in your very busy schedule as a family physician.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. You are a family physician. So when people tell me they don't have time to do a triathlon or an event, then I call BS on their stuff because I have so many doctors and nurses in my repertoire that I've coached. It's insane. So you are included. You have a beautiful daughter, Emma, who's 15 years old. You guys are getting ready to move, which I know how stressful moving can be. And then you just recently got married. Well, I say recently, but to Jacob, but has it been what, 2 years?
It's been 2 years. It was right at the beginning of COVID. Yeah.
Right. That's right. And then you and I started coaching you with swimming about and you refreshed my mind 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago. Yeah.
You got ready for the Damo 9 Triathlon in San Antonio, which is probably like the best little race in Texas. I love that race. And then you jumped on board to Rulon Racing from August 2019 to 2021, but you were actually being coached by Bobby Smith, who was my second coach that I had for a while, and then COVID hit. and then you stayed on board and then started working with me. And then here we are today. But so tell me a little bit about like your triathlon journey. Cause I think a lot of people, one, I don't have time. Two, I don't know how to swim. Like you're the woman that should be like, no excuses. This is how you do it. So tell me a little bit about you and if I missed anything.
Yeah, I started out running and I still really consider myself a runner. I've done 8 half marathons, I think. And it was a girlfriend of mine who convinced me to sign up for the Spa Girl Tri in May of 2018 was my very first one. She said, you can do it. Doesn't matter if you can't swim. It's in the lazy river. So some people just water jog. And so I did it and it was a ton of fun. I think partly because it was an all-female race. So it was very low stress, very well organized, and I loved it. And I caught the bug. And I don't remember how I heard about the Damo 9 after that, but I wanted to do that one. I wanted to race that one. And I knew if I was going to swim in a pool and do a pool swim, then I needed to really strengthen my swimming skills. And so I don't remember how you and I first connected. I want to say somebody led me to you. It might've been Bethany Davis.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think it was her.
Yep.
She and I were chatting at something. So I think that's how I got connected to you. And so you and I met at the Alamo Heights pool a few times and you helped me with swimming there and just your style and you're making me feel good about where I was, despite the fact that I wasn't anywhere close to where you were. And I know you coached elite athletes. And so, but you never made me feel like I was, behind on anything. You started with where I was and you increased my confidence and just, made me believe that I could do it. So I've done the Spa Girl 2 or 3 times. I've done the Damo 9 twice. And so, if you just help me with my confidence and belief that I could get it done.
Are you doing Damo 9 this year?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. It's such a great race. I know. I was actually, when is it? Like August 20 something.
So
I think I might be back in town. So maybe I should pull out the bike. Oh my God. No, I would probably die. I would suck wind. I don't know if I could do that again.
Well, I'll be living real close to there. So I can just walk to the pool. So
yes, you can. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, good. I love that race. So speaking of races, thanks for all that information, first of all, but speaking of races, what has been your favorite race and why?
I think it would have to be the River Road half. It was in January of 2020. I think it was January 3rd or 4th. It was right after New Year's. And I PR'd, so that was nice.
You did. I
And
remember that.
yeah, the course is just beautiful. It's this really small race. I had done the rock and roll half, I think about 4 or 5 weeks before. And this one was a much smaller course, or a smaller race. And I really enjoyed the scenery. The other thing that was interesting was my watch died about 5 miles in or so.
Oh,
And so I obviously couldn't pace myself. And so I had to go by feel. And so I just so happened that I PR'd. I remember passing the 2-hour pacers at about mile 12. And I thought, okay, this is where I need to be. And the weather was perfect for me. It was about in the 30s, which is ideal running weather for me.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So it was just and that was
Cold
my
for
last.
San Antonio.
Yeah. And it was the last half marathon that I did. And so it was nice to not have to follow my watch. Actually, it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise and just enjoy it.
Yep. There was, for a long time, I asked my athletes, I asked y'all, I don't think I was at this time, I wasn't with you, but I asked a lot of people like, hey, take your watch off, like, just go run, just enjoy, like, and I think sometimes we get so caught up in that pace and that, like, I got it, and I remember many times like going out and just like looking at my like watch constantly. I'm like, I got to stop doing that. Like, it's not healthy, So yeah. And I think data's good. I think it's fantastic, but in a race, I think, you already have a timing chip, so if you just go run by feel, and that's exactly what you did. And you crossed the finish line and voila. So
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, I forgot about River Run. That was a good one. So let me ask you this. Why did you sort of went over it, but why did you choose me as a coach, or why did you choose Rulon Racing as a team type of connection?
Yeah. I love the fact that you weren't trying to make me an Ironman. You took me where I was and worked with my personal goals. And that was really impactful for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I like that. I know. And people will talk to me. They're like, oh, I don't want to do an Ironman. I'm like, I don't expect you to do an Ironman, but if you want to do a triathlon, there's many different venues, like you got your sprint triathlon, Olympic, half an Ironman, and then like double and Xterra and all that crazy stuff. Did you ever do CapTex?
No, I signed up for it, but it was at the beginning of, I signed up for it in May 2020 and it didn't happen. So
yeah, when we all know what happened there.
Right.
I love this question. So what have you taken away with your training and racing, and how do you apply it to your everyday life?
Yeah, just the confidence that even if there's something that I don't think I can do, a lot of times it's my mindset that's blocking me. And it just takes somebody telling me, no, you can. And I've been able to push myself beyond what I thought I could do. So
great. And I gotta give you props, because here you are, a family physician, but didn't you start your own business?
I did. Yeah. I started my own coaching business.
Yeah. And you're consulting, right? With other doctors? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the business called? We got to do a plug.
So my company is called Purposeful MD. So I coach physicians who are struggling with finding purpose in their lives, to live their lives according to their own values and not live up to others' expectations, but live the lives that they want to live. So I love coaching. I became a certified coach last year.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
Okay. Congratulations. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Oh, like in your spare time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the very last question, it's the closer. In your races, whether you were with me or whether you're with on your own, were you able to cross the finish line with a smile?
Yes.
Good.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I think even when you have the worst of days, you still cross the finish line with a smile. You have to.
Yes. It's such an accomplishment. And yeah.
And you have a choice. You can cross the finish line with a smile. You can wake up with a smile. You can go to bed with a smile. You know, it's all based on your choice. And, and you did exactly that. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks for joining me today, Laura. I think this might have been the shortest interview, which is amazing. So thank you for that. And because I know we both have full schedules, but I enjoyed chatting with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you grow more in your own business. And I'll be curious to see how you did in the Damo 9 too. So
That's good. Thank you.
all right. Thank you, Laura. We'll talk soon. All
Okay.
right. Bye.